Hello and welcome everyone. As you know, World Skate is heading to Japan to the beautiful city of Kitakyushu to host another of street competitions as part of the World Skate Tour 2025. And because we will have a brand new skate park especially designed for this competition by California Skate Parks, we would like to take this opportunity to provide you with an in-depth review of this park. And because this is a special occasion, I have invited my dear colleagues, Mr. Garrett Hill from United States of America, who will be the head judge of the event, and deputy head judge from France, Mr. JB Gillette. But first, let's take a look at the animation of the course. All right, guys. So we just saw the animation of the FOP for the Kitakyushu event. What are your first impressions when you see it?
I'm honestly really excited about this course, mainly because of the options that the skaters are going to have here. I would say that historically speaking, the trend of a lot of the skate parks that we've had have been aligned to be more linear, to where you go straight across, then you come straight back, and you can kind of more or less stay in the same plane the whole time in the skate park. There's a lot of different angles here in this course, especially with how many banks and how many pyramids are here, to where you can almost take a figure eight route in this course, which is going to switch up the runs, I think, significantly based on what the skaters are good at. So I'm most excited to see the creativity that's going to happen in the run section.
Thank you. There's a lot of different type of obstacle too, like all kinds of obstacle. The brick bank with the jersey barrier.
Yeah, you can definitely see that the skate park is bigger, and that was my first impression. There's a lot of things to skate, and like Garrett said, it's not the traditional linear design. It opens up the opportunities to find new lines and new approaches. And to me, that's pretty unique because we haven't had that design in a while at the Olympic qualification events or in the series.
Yeah, we've had big skate parks before, but I think some of the issues, one of the main issues that you run into sometimes when you have a big skate park is retaining your speed, because a lot of the times the trend is to try and hit whatever the big obstacle is at least twice in your run. That's normally the trend that we see, that people try and structure their lines around that. But if you don't have enough opportunities to keep your speed going with whether that's a bank or a quarter pipe or whatever, then you're going to run out of speed and you're going to run out of gas. But there are a lot of opportunities here to keep your speed going. And there's just a lot, like JB was saying, there's just a lot of obstacles on this course, and there's obstacles that we've never seen before. I'm really excited about this brick bank, because we've got a Euro gap into the brick bank. You can launch out of the Euro gap and hit the top of it. You could slide into the bank, or you can hit the top of that bank and come on over onto the top deck, hit the quarter pipe, and that would align yourself for the big section. So depending on the vibe of the skater and what kind of song they're trying to sing in their run, there's going to be a lot of variation here, which is great because use of course is a very important judging criteria. You got to be able to use the entire course, and when you have a course like this that lends itself well to variety, if you're only doing a couple tricks, you're going to have to make up for it somewhere, and that's got to be technical difficulties. So yeah, lots of options here.
And it looks like it's going to allow different type of skating also with these possibilities, like different style of skating.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. There's opportunities for those like classic technical skaters to have their shine on here. Like, listen, we're not reinventing the wheel on this design. We still have our tried and true obstacles that we love to see. We still have a big set of stairs it's a little bit different now because it's broken up into that 4-flat floor. So that's actually kind of cool to see. But we have a big hubba. We've got a big handrail that looks cool going down that 3-flat deck there, which is pretty different. Like normally we do have a big handrail that goes down a set of stairs. So that's actually really cool to see. Even though it doesn't change the difficulty of the trick, I still feel like there's kind of like a mind psychological thing that happens when you're not looking at stairs, when you're looking at a grass gap, or if it's something different below.
And also the one on the side, the 8-stair, that flat bar. So this one, we're not used to it also to have it. We don't have a flat bar that with a high drop. This one is really cool.
I don't think we've ever had that kind of an obstacle either, man. Like, I don't remember seeing a flat bar where it's got that big of a drop off. Like, I've seen I've judged competitions where we've had spots like that, and we've seen some absolutely gnarly tricks go down on it. So I'm excited to see that, especially since it's qualifies as one of those bigger obstacles. It's going to be cool for variety's sake, because when there's only like a big hubba or when there's only a big handrail, we get a lot of similarity in lines and the way that they start and the way that they end. And I'm really looking forward to seeing people utilizing this opportunity to use these obstacles to their advantage and switch up their lines, which ultimately at the end of the day is what makes your line stand out. It's not the best strategy or the best route to just be a carbon copy of every other run that goes before you. You're encouraged to stand out. You're encouraged to show what your strengths are. So that's going to be really, really cool to see.
Let me ask you this, guys, because we have this new Olympic street format that we tried for the first time in Rome, where JB was judging. And that new format is with 3 runs and 3 single tricks, where the score of the best round counts and the score of only 1 single trick counts for the final aggregated score. How do you think this will affect the approach to skating in Kitakyushu? JB, you want to take on that one because you were in Rome?
Yeah, so it really values the run score as much as the single trick score. Because before you could have a 2 strong single trick and 1 lesser stronger run. And this one is more balanced. And also the 3 runs, it really, I feel like in Rome, the level was really high since they have 3 tries.
Okay. So we can expect people going off and really, like you guys said, utilizing the park to the fullest, because there's so many opportunities, so many options. Do you feel that finding the right line will be the kind of the mission for the run part of the competition?
I think it's going to be so important for skaters to find their line and to find their personality in the skate park, because at first glance, there's actually a lot of what looks like smaller to medium-sized obstacles. And I think that we've had courses before where like the runs were just like pretty heavy tricks. There were less tricks in the runs, but I think that this course is going to have to be, you're going to have to get creative on these smaller obstacles and utilize the quarter pipes. But I think mainly like just use this course, find your personality in this course and really capitalize on that. Because like JB was saying, with this new format, the run is so important. That run score is absolutely so important. I think with the 5 single trick attempts in our previous format, it did allow skaters to kind of skirt off the importance of the run score a little bit, and then just put all their chips into the single trick section, try and make up for any points that they lost in the run section. But with this new format, there's nowhere to hide. Like you got to come heavy with your run, and with 3 opportunities to either stack the technical difficulty towards the end or to just be super creative in all 3 of your attempts. It's more important now than ever to make sure that you nail your run score.
Now, another thing, when we talked about the format, now we understand that the runs will be really important, and finding your own way how to approach the skate park will be the key to utilize it to the most and show the judges your best skating that meets the highest levels of the judging criteria applied. Now, let me ask you, how do you see the single trick competition in this part? Because from my impression, when I saw the renders, there is so many different sections and different types of obstacles to kind of perform different type of tricks, get good scores, and it's also spread out. It's not just one section, but it's all over the park. What are your impressions on that, guys?
So one thing with the new format also for the single trick I wanted to add is before it was 5 tries to land 2 tricks. Now you have 3 tries to land 1 trick. So mathematically you have more tries to land a trick. So we can see higher tricks, like higher score tricks.
Do you think that focusing on just one zone, which is the traditional thing, is the good way to go? Or you see as judges that skaters can get good scores outside of this traditional zone in this skate park?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a really good thing to remember when coaches are coming up with their strategy here for their riders. At all the riders meetings that I speak at, I always reiterate the fact that you do not need to get, you don't just need to hit the biggest obstacle on the course in order to get a high score. You can absolutely hit a smaller obstacle and do a technically more difficult trick in order to get a high score. There are so many unique obstacles and so many unique angles that there's going to be plenty of opportunity here on this course in order for skaters to get those higher scores, not just on that big yellow hubba. I think that creativity is such an important tactic to use going into this course, and they got to capitalize on it.
Okay, and what about the women division when it comes to single trick? Do you think that this skate park provides them enough opportunities to showcase their full potential? Because sometimes when I ask this, the big section was just too big for some of the female competitors. But this skate park design kind of, in my opinion, provides opportunities to actually showcase some of the tricks that we might have never seen before. What are you looking for and what are you expecting from the girls?
I feel like consistently over the years, in the women's division, they've always proven that they can rise to the occasion. I mean, this was like cemented in stone at the Tokyo Olympics. Those handrails were some of the biggest handrails I've ever seen in my life. Even street obstacles, like they were just massive hubbas. And Alexis Sablon is out there doing kickflip frontside 50-50, and Funa's front croaking basically a 16 stair handrail. So I have no doubt that in the women's division, we're going to have surprises and we're going to have shockers. It happens every single competition, whether it's on the big hubba, on the big handrail. But we're starting to see more creativity. And like, for example, Poe Pinson doing flyouts on just like 8-9 foot flyouts to bump to rails. We love seeing that stuff. So awarding those creative tricks that go outside of the normal spectrum of just big handrail, big hubba, big score. I love to reward that, because it just, skateboarding isn't just about doing the hardest trick on the biggest hubba on the course. You can get just as high of a score doing a creative, technically difficult trick on a unique obstacle. Absolutely.
And last question. Within the new street format, we have transformed the repetition rule into pure repetition. JB, can you tell us like how the pure repetition works in this new format?
So pure repetition is pretty simple. It's like if you do one trick on one obstacle during your run, and you repeat that same tricks on the exact same obstacle, it will be 0. But if you do a little variation of it, for example, if you come out straight in your run and then you go fakie or in the single trick, this is a little variation. So it has to be exactly the same.
Okay, and does that mean that if I do a trick in any of my runs before going to the single trick, and then I repeat that trick, I will get scored 0 for pure repetition? Or how does this work with the runs?
It's also in the counted run.
Aha, so
if it's in your throwaway run, it doesn't count. You can still repeat it on the single trick. So you have to keep in mind, it's just the tricks from the counted run.
So it's the counted run. And if I do a trick in my counted run and I bail on it, I didn't make it, can I try it then in the single trick?
You didn't do it, so it's not a make. So
okay. So that's how the pure repetition works.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
The only thing you need to worry about is the same trick on the same spot. Simple. The end. That's it.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time today, for contribution and sharing your impressions. For all the skaters, team managers, national federations, we are looking forward to seeing you in Kitakyushu, Japan. And we are wishing you all the best of luck. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Japan.
Japan.
See you there.